team pick.
Lone Druid.
Test. Probably just maximize farm.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much going to be the passive lane. Down bottom, this is where all the action is. And he is going to get it there. Boxy, of course, with his position to cut off that courier's traveling. So the courier going down up top. And yeah, this bottom lane, the tri-lane on tri-lane action here between Liquid and Nigma. I mean, which tri-lane would you be happier to be a part of down in this bottom half of the map?
Tower is under attack.
Probably still Liquids. They have a great aggressive potential. We see right now already onto Miracle. Yeah, he gets brought down very quickly. I think they just have, I mean, they just have better traditional supports. And without any creeps, like Chen's going to struggle. Mirana is like the Void Spirit in a tri-lane, like when he's against one too, right? You're actually just so much stronger. You're going to be so much tankier. If you do hit the triple heroes with your Resonant Pulse, should be pretty nice for his Absorb.
Yeah, that makes it very hard for Nigma really to go on him. If anything, Nigma are going to be finding kills on the supports if they're out of position.
Ooh,
but
rookie.
It's Kuro that's taken a bit of the brunt of the attack as Tiger's able to lead in, hit him with the stun, pulled back by the Remnant. Kuro pots the Fairy Fire. They're trying to bring down Tiger first. They will get it. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Maybe they can turn it into more Nigma as they look towards Mickey. Mickey's got the Resonant Pulse, giving some protection, but it is enough jump forward with the leap. GH, he's trying to finish the kill, but he's under the tower. He hasn't got enough damage to finish Mickey as Mickey tangos and sows back up to safety. Both teams really going for it. They're on the bottom lane. Top lane, Boxy, able to get a bit of revenge.
Oh my God. There. Nice for them to have inside of the lane, but they won't now for the time being. Looking like it's GH making a move toward mid. He wants to put a ward up in potential to just watch at least for the rune. Lone Druid.
No, for sure. Hasn't, of course, got the raw skill yet, but even so, just the 2 units, you have to be careful if you do start to dive this hero. It's very easy. One route and suddenly the whole move's turned around. Bottom lane.
Very smart Batrider. He's gonna have rushed bots very early, but yeah, bottom Kuro.
Another kill. As soon as they lose one here and it's 2 versus 3, it's hard for Nigma to really strike back. As you say, having this already. As you say, both offlaners having a good time. Weehar just a slight better. In fact, gonna come over towards Boxy. Is low on the mana though, so not too much that Weehar can do. Boxy will be able to make sure that that bounce rune is picked up. GH
is here, and he has a mango for Weehar too.
There's a few stacks on the Timbersaw as well. Then they go with the Firefly. A quick Timber Chain away. GH has got to find the angle. He needs to hit this arrow if they want to have a chance of killing Boxy. Jump forward. There's the arrow, and with slow from the Napalm, it's enough to set up for an easy connection. As Nigma are able to take down Lone Druid. And down bottom, we've seen sort of the tri-lane slightly favoring Liquid. Overall, it's not bad for Miracle. Miracle's still getting good farm. He's going to try and jump in. And with the pullback from the Remnant, he's in a bit of trouble. Tiger hits him with a stun to hold back Kuro. TP's coming in from Weehar. In they go. Weehar's going to look to try and get on top of Mickey. He's a little on the mana. He's got a mango. Will pop it. It's not enough mana for the lasso, but he may not need it by the looks of it. A lot of napalm stacks on Mickey. He's over him with the Firefly. Weehar will be able to take him down. Straight up to help out his team in these early fights.
Oh, it's just a tough. Every time I see a Timber versus Batrider, it's hard. But mid lane.
It's another movement. Weehar getting incredibly active. Quotefor does manage to get the true form off. It's not enough to save him. Not quite tanky enough with the use of the 2 ults of Mind Control.
No, I believe it's just been GH placing all of them, but it's phenomenal how much vision he's able to get. Even denies the obs ward that Insania was trying to take.
Back towards the river. And Liquid, they do look to go on to Mind Control, but Mind Control, he just turns with the roll. Quotefor just dies to the army. The Boars and the Necrobook take him down. Tiger's also going to fall as Weehar's able to charge straight in. They're even moving over towards Mickey.
Oh my God.
He tries to put down the Remnant, but Weehar's already in with the lasso, dragging Mickey back. Mickey's got 15-1 charges, but it doesn't matter. Knocked back into the arrow. Nigma take...
That Necro 3 is going to be pretty devastating.
Top tower is
up top.
Boxy.
See what they can do here. GH has already thrown out the arrow. They may not even need it though. Weehar, he's just on top of Boxy. Boxy chaining away. And Senia's there to help try and push Weehar back. He'll use the curse to ensure that he can't close in on the Boxy anymore. GH jumps in with the magical nuke. It's not quite enough, but Boxy still ends up going to his death as he timber changed back into the Firefly. He wasn't needed.
He's coming out of the courier. He might just make the move to go right away.
Yeah, whoever he rolls
coming from Liquid
is going to die here already. Mickey trying to deal with the army that Mind Control's sending in. Weehar will be denied there, the entry, as Mickey's able to cut down the unit he was TPing into. And with that in mind, Mind Control just gets turned upon by Liquid. Nigma flipping up a little bit, giving Liquid a bit of a chance to take an objective themselves as this Void Spirit. Not an easy catch, though, with the 2 charges. The Astral Step is always able to jump away. Over towards the mid. They know Boxy's alone. With the fact that they saw Liquid up top, they'll go instantly onto him with the Roar. He tries to chain away, but Kuro's there with the summons. And Boxy will fall, playing a little too aggressively on his own there around behind that mid-tier 1 tower.
That's a very aggressive place when you're playing versus a Chen and a Bat Rider with bots. They can just recall people and also bots in. A very deep place for Boxy to...
If you lose a fight, Nigma will take towers very quickly very early on in the game. And indeed, the Bear already suffering an immense amount of damage as they move in onto it. Quaifa will still keep it just alive. Boxy, he's jumped in again underneath the tower. Will manage to chain away, but Weeha is chasing him down. A Remnant will be dropped. Boxy, he's been silenced by the Cloud. Miracle jumps forward. They'll block him off as well. There's no escape for Boxy. Another death around the mid. The curse is used. Okay. Can Liquid turn around on this? It doesn't look like it. I mean, well, I say that they're trying. Mickey's leading forward, but they just don't have the damage. Nigma do not care about Mickey at this point in time. They move their attention back over towards Quaifa's Bear. They will finally be able to take it. So 300 gold going the way of Nigma. The rest of Liquid, they've just got to retreat. Quaifa will go with the resummon onto the Bear. Nigma a little hesitant about diving any closer towards this tier 2. They will start to poke at the Bear. Another flame break back. This was a fresh summon. He's got to be careful, Quaifa. The embrace comes out. They're doing their best to keep that Bear alive, but it's not going to work. That is the Bear gone. No resummon for 100 seconds on Quaifa.
Miracle does go down for it, though.
Nigma, mind control, still trying to poke. Kuro from the back. Able to get the wrap in. Tiger, he's turning, but he can't. He's too squishy at this point. They're not Boxy back in. Boxy, 5 stacks of napalm upon him. Liquid, another team fight that they lose drastically.
And Bear, he throws penitence on it, and everything is just destroying it so quickly. They're continuing to set the pace. Arrow.
GH. A lovely little arrow there. Just beautiful. Down the line of the cliff, catching Mickey off guard. The Hawk from Mind Control allowing that one to be set up.
Around this top tower.
And he's quite far alone.
There's a lasso in 1 second.
Making his way over, but they'll just turn on Insania. Delete the threat of the curse. And it'll only take a second. Mind Control with a quick roar. Another tower for Nigma. As objectives continue to fall and we get close to the point where they could look to take Roche themselves. They're getting all the items required. They can take sort of any objective they wish. Miracle, he's even trying to make a play under Quaifa. Quaifa does manage to get the true form out, but GH is there with the wraparound. Jump forward with the new Quaifa. He's going to go down for sure here. It's another kill for Nigma, another death for Quaifa.
Such successful rotations. It's been phenomenal. I mean, this is a Spirit Vessel finished up so early, and Spirit Vessel versus Lone Druid versus Timbersaw versus Wyvern. Amazing item.
They're going to take the time to jump out of the pit, get a few kills before they finish it. Insania was trying to
actually protected.
I mean, are we seeing any sort of item from Liquid's heroes that could change the upcoming engagements? What are we seeing? Quaifa on top of the Mask of Madness. He's got a Javelin, that's about it. Miracle is just cleaning up supports with the Diffusal Blade. It's going to happen. They do manage to get a bit of lockdown onto GH, but GH, he's got the full gang around as Mind Control turns with a roar. Oh, onto the 2 of them into the arrow. You couldn't have written it any better. Nigma, triple kill from they can call it. I've already got my prediction right. I was assuming that there's not going to be a game faster than this today, but I don't see anyone winning a game faster than this today. This is very fast.
Oh, look at him go.
He's able to just take Quaifa right out of the base. True form or not, it doesn't matter. Quaifa taking a heavy old beat down. Miracle jumps in straight onto Insania. They'll turn over towards Boxy. The Vessel crushing him here as he has to retreat with the Timber Chain. They just cannot fight into Nigma's lineup with the heroes they have.
Nope, and Weeha had a regen rune. He's fully reset. Miracle has an Aegis. He's standing in the front lines. They're trying to bring down that Aegis, but he is holding his ground amongst his team.
Fortification buys them a little brief moment of respite. When you know that Nigma is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Boxy, again, getting knocked out. He has been silenced. Cloud down. The arrow comes in. Won't find the connection. Weeha does get heavily stunned. They pop the heal. Hand of God won't save it. Liquid are able to take down one of the strong cores of Nigma. Weeha's gone. See what they can do with it, though. It's not going to be a lot. As soon as they step outside of the base after killing one of the heroes, the other 4 members of Nigma, they're still hanging around. They blow up Mickey, turn over towards Tiger. One killing wolf out of the base together from Liquid. Nigma are pretty prepared though. Miracle already with a wraparound in place. They do lead in onto Weehaw, trying to fully commit to bring down the bat with the root. They will be able to do so. They get Weehaw. Can they get more? They turn over towards Miracle. Miracle is underneath the tower, does still have the Aegis. A buyback comes in from Insania. They'll pop him the once. See if they can set up for a second time. As he's deep by this tier 2 instant root. They'll be able to bring him down again. Liquid.
Okay.
May be able to turn the tables just a little bit. They do need more from this. They are trying to chase for it. The rest of Nigma are on the retreat. Mickey, he finds the grab. The remnants out. He's able to pull back Mind Control. Mind Control turns with the roar onto the bear to make sure that he doesn't get rooted. But Mickey, he's the one with further control. Uses up Mind Control. The bear closes in. It's a third kill for Liquid as Nigma slip up.
And Inkswell. Oh. That was a nice bait play by Liquid, though. Just setting up for Boxy down bottom. I didn't see, but I think Weehaw actually had a second to use his BKB. But anyway, back to the game quickly as Mickey.
Still got the Dissimilate and a couple of Astral steps, but perfect timing from Kuro. Is in with the Centaur. There's no chance for the Dissimilate animation. Swell on him, but Weehaw's able to keep the distance with his favorable movement speed. Boxy still out holding the creeps off the tier 2 tower. Another smoke from Liquid. They'll start to step out once more. We are getting a little bit low. Feeling confident with the backup of his team and the fact he does still have the BKB ready to pop if he feels threatened. Liquid is stepping out. Still with a few heroes under the cover of smoke. Another remnant out.
DD on Miracle. They smoke immediately on that one, him and Kuro. They're trying to get a wraparound.
Let's see if they can grab GH. Trying to maintain control, taking these sentries out. We are looking for the reach in with the flame break. Won't quite be able to grab anyone. Over they go to Tiger. Tiger, he's got the Ghost Scepter. Will also be cold embraced. Can he actually escape this? He cannot. Another jump in from Miracle and a quick slice with the double damage. Bring down the Grim. The top lane pushing in as well as mid.
Miracle's in. He wants Boxy.
I mean, he's nearly going to get it. In fact, he does. That in combination with GH's Spirit Vessel meant that there was no help for Boxy. Could change his destiny.
Good trap inside of the base for the time being. And still continue to grow that lead. And as you mentioned earlier, do they have any items coming out? Not really. As Weehaw, he has the blink. He gets the grab.
A quick combo that we've seen them execute a few times.
Main Cores is a very reliable hero on his mobility, and you have a Hex to play against now. It makes things complicated.
Yeah.
As Miracle.
He's in. I mean, he really has no fear this game. He is diving forward. Maybe he needed to do so. They do turn on him. Miracle, he's trying to get out of this. He's falling low. He's still alive somehow. He does manage to jump over to the neutrals. He's actually going to get away with diving in as aggressively as he is because of how far ahead his team is. He even jumps back in. He is not scared whatsoever as the whole Nigma team move into the base of Liquid, knocking back Mickey. Mickey trying to escape with the Dissimilate. They're going to call it. They're going to call it. GG is there 27 minutes in. 36 to 10, 24,000 net worth lead for Nigma at the end of that one. And as we said, from the draft onwards, it was a very clear game plan that Nigma had. And
It's turn to pick.
Going on down bottom. This is a little bit of a funny, you know, as we said, this is going to be some funny lanes that come out here when you're playing versus, when you're Darkseer versus no stun. You're just looking to catch these waves. GH looks like he's going to get a courier for free.
Radiant's courier.
Okay.
He is. And Mickey's gonna lose that one. TP will come in down bottom, and arrows attempted onto Mind Control. Tiger will be able to roll forward, get the connection. That'll secure the first blood for Liquid. Tiger's able to make the quick move. Falling a little too low, so Quoifer's going to be able to push him away. GH trying to secure it for him. The root, but Quoifer, he's just beating into him. He's not letting Weehaw get any closer. And Tiger with the wraparound is getting on top of the Ember Spirit. Weehaw uses the Sleight of Fist. He's got the Fairy Fire, but another root is there. They'll get the kill. GH will be able to jump in, find the trade onto Tiger. Feeling the heat once again. And not to his favor, even as the Ember Spirit. Quoifer's chasing him down. One root should be enough for the setup. Sleight of Fist buys him a moment. He still goes down.
This is a team not only that has Lone Druid, but has a Death Prophet behind it. You know that they're going to start building up that tempo. And I look at Nigma's draft, and they don't have the best deep push. In fact, they don't have a whole lot of deep push at all. It's like your Ion Shell, and then They're Ember trying to stop.
Tiger, he gets the kick back onto Kuro. Kuro will turn with the Maledict onto Boxy, but Boxy is healing straight back up with the Siphon. Another Siphon charge used to close it onto Kuro, and Senia's going to come in as well. They'll get the Witch Doctor. As Boxy picks himself up his first kill on this top lane. Getting closer and closer towards that 6, and at which point that top tier 1 tower will certainly be pressured by Liquid.
That denies, even though Taiga's been moving around the map a lot. So definitely impressed with Boxy at the moment here.
See around the mid, GH going for the similar movement that we saw him do last game. This time around the game in a bit of a trickier state for Nigma. For him to find any action, he'll simply take a neutral creep whilst passing by. And bottom, Mickey coming in, able to take out Mind Control. And with that, he hits the level 6. Didn't even need the Sonic Wave for that one. So we'll have that all in preparation for if Nigma do try anything
around quite a lot. And Mind Control, not the greatest level either to kind of boost him up with an Ion Shell. Only level 4 at the moment. There we go.
Obviously getting right in on top of him. Tiger able to find the connection with the roll in. Miracle's going to go for the TP out. Have they got the damage? They do. That's Miracle out of the lane and out of a TP too, so he'll have no quick way to get back onto the map after respawns. Weehar's tried to come in to go for some sort of action in response, but he's taken a heavy beating from Boxy. He's got to back off and bottle up. Just with the start that he's had mid, he just doesn't have the levels required to pose on this top tier 1. They've got to let this go. As Liquid push in. GH, he's... I don't know what he's doing up here. I don't think there was anything that Nigma could have done, but GH, he think...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this early map pressure taking these 2 tier 1 towers at the 10-minute mark from Liquid this time round. Tiger does get caught in the trees. Arrow lead into the Maledict. They'll lose the Earth Spirit. But the second tier 1 tower goes down in Liquid's favor. This time around, it's Liquid hitting the timings that they would have hoped for. Somewhere that they're not aware of his positioning at all. Boxy is going to be totally passed by. Insania won't be, though. They walk around. He is able to knock Weehaw up to the high ground, but Weehar's got a remnant available. Jumps down. Weehaw relatively low on the mana. He does have 2 mangoes ready to go. Kuro's going to split off. They try and turn back in onto Insania. Jump forward from GH. But Insania actually ends up going down to the neutral creep, though. So it's only Kuroki falling on Nigma. They don't get anything.
You said Mickey, he's up top, not really letting Miracle farm nicely up there at all. As Spike the bottom, gets the root.
Silence as well. That's going to cause a huge issue for Weehaw as he has to back off straight off and pops the side of fist. The light gets popped down, bringing back in Kuro to the root. Kuro will fall. They step over towards Mind Control. He's got another surge as he attempts to juke away. Insania looking for the knockback. Boxy moving in. They'll buff up the cooldown on his spells. Another silence in play as Mind Control trapped in the trees. Rooted as well. It's another kill for Liquid. The arrow will be easily dodged by Liquid.
That max Ion Shell, they're trying to make use of it.
There's some big dives here. We are going in under the tier 1. Roll forward from Tiger. They drop down the sentry. Weehar's got the chains. He jumps over to the side, but the silence is there from Tiger into the pit from Quake for spare. He's going to end up going down. They pop the Sonic Wave, knocking back the 3 of them, but Quake for does fall. Nigma able to get a trade. Moonlight Shadows pops as Nigma reposition. Kuro just drops down the Death Ward looking for Tiger. Tiger's able to roll away and he will manage to make it. GH still stepping in, see if he can get the charge out onto Tiger. Will be able to do so, but Tiger, he's still got the 1 charges. He's going to be okay. Boxy steps in with the Siphon onto GH. GH still have 2 leaps available. Miracle goes in under the tower to kill off Insania. A surge up on Mind Control as he backs off from Mickey, but with a jump forward and a scream, Nigma, they're all falling low. A time with the paralyzing cask of the paralyzing taunt to Mickey doesn't matter as Mickey steps forward, takes down Kuro, another blink in. Mickey's ready for another. Weehaw jumps forward, gets the chains off onto Mickey. Can they kill this Quap? The blinks back up. Mickey's able to get away. They chase it, but the maledict damage, it was enough. The last tick is able to bring down Mickey, so Nigma will find something in response. They go over towards Boxy, or does Boxy go over towards them? Steps in with the Siphon onto Mind Control. Mind Control barely lives with the Fairy Fire. Will manage to stay alive here, and that looks like it will be that for that.
Definitely pressing this game. Really solid and comfortable with this draft.
Planning deep. Weeha's hunting behind the tower.
Okay.
Chains onto Insania with the arrow connection. It'll be a quick cottle kill to start things off, but a TP's in from Tiger. Boxy chasing down Mind Control with the minutes.
An Ember versus an Orchid. This is a 3,800 net worth Ember.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one for sure. He's looking for the aggressive plays. He's got the Ion Shell on him. Tiger.
Radiant's bottom tower.
See if we can finish him off though, Tiger. With the bracer. Got a bit of tank to him. The Horn does come into play, but the Sonic Wave knocks back both Weehaw and Mind Control. They pop down the Death Ward. Kuro will fall. Mickey's able to jump out. They couldn't even find the Quap. Weehaw ticking down to the Magnetize. They do manage to finish him with the Maledicts. Weehaw does go down though to that damage from the Poison Dagger from Mickey. Miracle still having a bit of a poke with them. He's got to respect the bear.
They're showing some fighting force. They're trying not to allow Liquid to just like set up and play their own game. I feel like Nigma's just trying to cause chaos, because if they just let Liquid play their game, they're just going to set up and take every tower. So making these aggressive moves is quite good.
Should be an easy rush. They know that there's no Horn. I mean, even with it, Nigma's lineup just doesn't pose a threat to the 5-man of Liquid as they band together to take down the Roshan. Insania dies bottom, but he has no problem with that whatsoever. Just, if anything, keeping any attention away from the pit. Not that it was required, really, with how strong Liquid is right now with the 7k lead, and now the Aegis.
Back to farming and pushing those lanes out, make it back in his home up top, but it's actually responding. He sees Weehaw bottom, and he has an Orchid, so he feels very confident.
Then they go with the first silence. Follow-up silence from Boxy. That's a kill that's going to happen every single time. Pulls out the Yules.
Scanning.
How's mind control? It's had a pretty quiet time. 0-3-4, almost a mech. They got a setup on Mickey. They might be able to blow that Aegis.
I mean, that with the Maledicts, he's certainly going to go down the once. GH instantly goes for the TP away. He makes it.
Pushing out bottom, maybe trying to bait Liquid a little bit to thinking more are down there to allow them to catch this close route up top.
They're going to get vision of him. They know that he's here. This should be a pretty free setup. He'll pop the true form. Let's give him a decent extra bit of HP, but those cast bounces causing issues as Quakefor cannot step away. Nigma able to find a high value. Kuro's not complaining.
No.
He's rolling in the money. 900 gold. He can, as he see fits, what he wants to buy into. Mid lane, Tiger goes for the roll in.
Nice kickback.
Yeah, into the silence. He's going to be used up by Boxy, buying time for Mickey to come in with the follow-up Orchid silence. And it's a kill well done. Kuro is going to go for the cask. He's kind of doing it. He's going to take down Tiger with him. So Kuro not to go down without a fight. Looking for GH. GH out with the TP. Yours wasn't.
It's a long TP.
Oh, it is there in time. You're right.
No, poor GH.
It wasn't the shortest it could have been. Tries to stay out on the map in his tier 2. It's gone, and Tiger, he wants the kill as well. He's diving in, looking for GH. GH will be able to stay hidden in the trees. Another arrow flies out. Weehaw having a poke at them from the back, but he's got to be wary. That bear gets on top of him, one route. Will kill him, Mickey. In onto Kuro. Orchid silence is there. Kuro's trying to escape. The chains do hold back the bear. The Voodoo Restoration is healing him up. As Kuro, can he get back up to the high ground in time? He's trying, but Quakefor's got the bear on top of him. Kuro goes down. Tiger playing around with both with both GH and Weehaw in the trees. The silence is there, into the kick. They get the kill onto GH. Weehaw, he's jumped across. He's low on the mana though. The bear's in. The bear into the root, into the silence, into the Sonic Wave. They've got the combo required to kill off the Ember. Weehaw dead once again, and with 3 down, Liquid, they've got good space to push up to the high ground.
Yeah, even though they didn't. Oh, the Hunt actually jumps forward. He gets Tiger. All right, sneaky little play.
And they're surging me. He's going to try. He's surged up. He's going for Mickey. Mickey, one hit away from dying. The Yules is there, into the silence. Miracle couldn't quite get Mickey. Mickey's going to play it safe from a distance. Quakefor the fear into the roots. He has the control. Or does he for Miracle? He does. The Siphon will finish him. Boxy gets the kill. Nigma, they're still trying to fight on Kuro. He's got the Death Ward if he wants to lay it down, and he will. Looking for Insania. The silence is thrown out from Boxy, though. Puts a quick stop to the Death Ward. Slide down to the low ground with a 4-staff. Insania still alive. Knocked back as well. Pushing mind control over the wall. Insania still living right now. GH trying to finish him. He will get him with the right clicks. Takes him down. Boxy commits with the BKB over towards Kuro with that silence, but it's not enough damage. In fact, Boxy, he's got to be a little bit careful himself. The 3 heroes, they're turning onto him. He goes for the TP out with the man, the BKB, but the timing for GH. He sees the window where the BKB ends before the TPT is entirely controlled by Liquid's lineup. Smoke from Insania, 25 seconds, and the Will-O-Wisp will be there. Dive in under the tower. Mickey, he's looking for GH. GH rolled in upon by Tiger. He's able to kick him back away from the rest of his team. There's no help for the Mirana. GH falls. And tier 2 getting taken out. As Liquid will claim another objective. One more tier 2 for the taking down bottom when they wish to do so. Miracle able to find the space to finish that Manta. So now definitely a bit of a trickier target to get. Still not necessarily the biggest of threats though. Mid lane.
Weehaw.
Yules. Into the roll forward. Weehaw just instantly getting controlled outside the base. Was not able to back off in time. Kuro stands his ground with the Death Ward. There'll be a buyback from Weehaw. Can he save Kuro? Kuro pops the 1 charges. Boxy lines up the Crypt Swarm. Nukes down the Witch Dog to Liquid. They're up to the high ground. The Bear onto the tier 3. They're going to need the defense to come into place soon. GH is back up in 5. The tier 3, it's already gone. They head forward with the Spectre, but the straight Yules up into the sides. The vacuum walls down, but Boxy, he pops the BKB. They're trying to stick their efforts onto this Rax. Can they get it? The bear is down. The Rax are slowly going. They will finally die. They got what they came for. Nigma unable to push them back in time as they lose the melee Rax in mid. Weeha doesn't quite get the chains catch there. Attempted to grab Boxy. Arrows out. Will hit. Ooh, no, it won't. Boxy with...
See, the bear does go down the ones.
Instant resummon. The Will-O-Wisp will be taken out. Boxy committing with the exorcism as they want to stand their ground and push up for this one. The fortification comes out, but not in time to save the tier 3. They try and step forward onto Boxy. He has got the BKB available. Roll forward from Tiger. He's going to go straight into the arrow. Kuro gets knocked back by the Sonic Wave. They kill off the Witch Doctor. No buyback on Kuro either. Mickey getting a few hits onto the Rax as well with the remainder of this BKB. Will back off as it ends.
He's Insania. He's walking right through them. He just walked... Okay. He walked right through the Darkseer as well as that Mirana. There's that Glimmer. Boxy. That's BKB and TP if you'd like to.
He's kind of deep.
Uh-oh. You waited a long time for that.
Goes. So he just goes and dies on his own up top.
I guess he just thought he was a lot tankier because he has Solar Crest plus his Dragon skill, but yeah, Spectre
now,
through that with the
Insania. You give Nigma sort of that one little bit of an opening. Available on Boxy. He's got to wait the 10 seconds. Quite is going to be able to bring the bear in. But Nigma's going to get this. Those two deaths there will mean that Miracle has the Aegis. Nigma still have a very strong fight though. They head in with the Sonic Wave onto Kuro. They jump over straight away onto Mind Control and Miracle. They'll find Mind Control as well as a triple kill for Mickey. Miracle will be able to get out in time. So Liquid are able to bring the fire, as you would expect for a team that's 18k ahead. Mickey cleaning up the fight with that triple kill. But all things said and done for a team, not to say that they won't. We do know that Nigma in these games, even when behind, they're still willing to make these aggressive movements. Boxy, they're going to try and go in. The Horn is popped. Boxy instantly with the BKB. Both Kuro and Mind Control getting silenced. Tiger opting for the rollout. The Horn on the back lines. Miracle, he's gone straight into the center of this fight. He's already used the Manta. That's the Aegis gone the once. He needs the rest of his team to come in and help him. Boxy pops the Ghost, but his BKB has already been used. Silence out. Vacuum's there as well, but Miracle instantly just gets burst the second time. Two back-to-back deaths there from the Spectre. The Aegis and his real life taken away. He will now buy back in an attempt to turn this fight around, but Liquid this time, they're keeping a solid hold of it. It's a double kill for Quaifa. Mind Control tries for the TP out. They have the damage to ensure that he will not get away.
Back to back through that Aegis. They still have a cheese up on Weeha, taking the heads-up fights. I mean, we're just seeing how strong Liquid really is when they do have their whole arsenal together.
Yeah, I mean, their heroes are just stacked. Deso, Basher, MKB, Quaifa.
4 shots to Rex.
Solar Crest, Fuels, BKB. I mean, Mick.
Easier ways for them to set up pretty much everything. And that bear, he really does hurt.
Yeah, he gets a grab on you. And, I mean, what sort of defensive measures do they have? They do have the Force on Mind Control. At least some way of sort of tearing them apart from them. Boxy. And he's going to turn with the Siphon onto Miracle. Miracle low on the mana. He's going to have to go base for the refuel, but he's still trying to fight with this. They're bottling him up so that they can keep there on the front, try and push them back at least, try and waste some of the time of this exorcism. Jump forward with the Abyssal Blade, ends the brawl. This Spectre's in trouble. He's kicked outside of the base. He's away from the rest of his team. They cannot save him. Miracle goes down. No buyback on the Spectre. Liquid, they turn their attention over towards the tier 3. The cask is out onto Quaifa's bear. Boxy moving in with the BKB, charging straight forward towards GH. Miracle with no way of re-entering this action. His buyback still on cooldown from that previous fight. And without their Spectre, the only hero that had any sort of farm, this looks very, very bad for Nigma at this stage of the game. Cheese is popped by Weeha, but he's just torn apart by this bear. They'll be able to claim the Megas, and Nigma already starting to think of what they're going to do to try and swing this back in game 3. As this game 2 is well and truly over. GG is called by Kuroki. And Nigma, they got hit just as hard as Liquid did in game 1. This was just as back and forth, a little bit slower, you know, a bit more methodical from Liquid with the way they shut this one down, but it definitely.
It's turn to pick.
That front line and die a lot. So we'll see how it plays out as we see the rotations coming out. Lesh versus Squab top. And it is going to be a dual lane versus tri lane bottom. Taiga trying to get aggressive early.
Leading onto Miracle. They've got the root as well. They'll be able to do a good amount of damage here. As Miracle, he's just straight up dead. The three of them collapse upon him first. So with that in mind, again, very, very much an even trade between these two heroes up top.
I feel like it's an easier lane for my control to win. It's an easier lane for Boxy to lose. If Boxy gets lucky, maybe he can do some stuff with it.
Bottom.
So yeah.
GH's got to be a little careful. He keeps coming forward. And this is, Insania, his Oracle. It's one of the best in the game.
On a target, even if they're standing in the middle of the lane, they can just throw their abilities because they have different ways to tank the battery assault with the illusions that can come up from the PL. And yeah, now they just have a clear level advantage. They're just going to keep going and punching it.
I mean, we see it here. Kuro, in they go. He's trying to run, but Tiger Mika on top of them. And now they'll turn their attention over towards GH and Miracle, who do manage to finish off Tiger in response with that waveform. So able to get the...
See if they can keep this aggression. Now they actually have 3 heroes versus just the 2, as Taiga did have to... He was back at base.
And GH is trying to run in. I think they're going to be able to turn and just kill him. He just managed to go with the help of the stun onto Insania. And actually, with the Dukes in the trees, he will live. As you say, charges were prepared, and GH is able to stay alive. Nigma this time getting a kill. We'll head back to base by the looks of it for a refill before he TPs out and tries to get himself back there. It does mean the mind control is going to get some space to play out on his own, as you expected, and as you said, we are seeing the Queen of Pain definitely getting the better half of the share out of this 1v1.
Absolutely, and it's also not even just including the clockwork. I mean, Queen of Pain should win that lane, but then you throw any rotation from GH and it's very scary as Weehaw.
Tiger just leads in with a walking gangs, lays down the nature to punish Weehaw's mid lane, as in game 2.
Love this move by GH. He actually catches the catapult and the full creep wave during the exorcism of Poikva. So that tower, that would have taken a very significant amount of damage, and now only takes 33 damage just because of a small movement by GH dragging the wave. Love that.
Yeah, ever so important for Weehaw to have this tower intact so he can remain in this area and get that 6. But Weehaw, the towers there, he needs TPs. They are coming. GH is heading over. But can he actually get them off the Visage? As Tiger and Quite stay on top, another TP comes through, and a third TP, 3 TPs coming over the mid. They've got to save their mid laner. They'll be able to jump in with the Sonic Wave onto the 2 of them. GH pushing quite far off to the side. Living Armor will not save this Death Prophet, as Nigma, this time around here in game 3, they're not going to let Weehaw die.
I wonder if he does choose to get it. One of the better ones for Death Prophet early on.
Bottom. Bit of a hesitation there for Kuro. Is going to allow Insania to get him reach with the Fortune's End. Kuro's dead. Just a moment of pause there from him that does cause his death. This juicy camp here. GH pushing away Boxy's Leshrac, make sure the Boxy is unable to clear this, and GH and Mind Control are able to get ready to give up this area of the map early on here in game 3, and they will respond. This time around, Insania is also there with the backup. They'll turn straight onto Kuro. He's a bit too far forward as they get in on top of him. The Visage Familiars do help him, and they help him. Is it enough? The Ghosts? They've got him. Couldn't quite hold him back in time. Weehaw tried his best to save his support, but it wasn't going to be the case, as Quafer gets the kill. We'll be able to alleviate some of the pressure, and of course, it doesn't really matter what sort of pressure is done, as long as they can push back. There will be the time for Tiger to restore the damage done. And mid, talking about Tiger. Maybe he had his eyes too set on that bottom tower that he was trying to protect as he gets caught in the mid. Swap back from Kuro. Didn't play from Tiger. Miracle. See how much he wants to try and poke around with Mickey. Just have to be a little careful, but at the same time, GH has hit the 6, and he's also got an Invis rune, so good potential here with the
save top. Boxy, he actually gets false promise at 30 HP. He's on mind control.
And with that, he's going to be not fine.
Not fine.
Not fine.
And Nigma now, quickly, they turn their eyes toward mid with the Visage Familiars, with the Venge there. Taking down this tower.
And GH is able to get this set up with the Rocket Flare. He's in onto Tiger. Tiger, he has got the Overgrowth. He's trying to get it out, and he will do. He gets it out in time. GH now taking hits from the tower. GH is going to fall. Boxy comes in with the TP. Miracle already shifted heavily into strength, but Boxy's going to do his best to run him down. Tiger, as low on HP as he is, he's still managing to help out with a good line of the Nature's Grasp, forcing Miracle to waveform the Familiars, try and stay out of vision. He's going for the TP. Will Weehaw find him? He will.
He gets him.
Familiars in just in time. It was a solid attempt from Tiger with the Overgrowth, but An attempt in vain as Tiger will still fall. Nigma are able to take the tower and a kill on top of it.
Because there's so much burst damage too, I think when they can come out if you don't get it at the right time.
If they can get the catch here. The smoke trying to close in on to mind control. Kuro is in the trees, turns with the magic missile onto Tiger, attempted with the blink out, the stun's there, swapped him to the side, but Tiger's in with the overgrowth onto the two of them. Mind control's locked down, still gets the blink off, he'll be able to get away. They turn over towards Kuro. Kuro, he will be left behind by the rest of his team. We are straight up with the TP out. They'll only lose Kuro, and this was quite for popping the exorcism.
So we were talking about high burst damage. Now they have even more so with him getting that space.
Yeah, that's true. We're sort of, he's been farming away quite silently down here. As GH, he's in onto Insania. As the E-Blade, Miracle will be able to get himself the first kill there with the reveal. Koifa's getting nuked low. Miracle doesn't want to dive in with the waveform underneath the tier 2 tower. GH still trying to chase down Tiger. In fact, the birds are here. They're on to Koifa. Koifa has got the movement speed to get away from Weehar and Kuro. Boxy, he's not going to be as fortunate. The familiar stuns around into the magic missile. Living armor is there. Boxy is getting healed up. Swat back straight out of the Yule's. As you said, that Yule Scepter just proven to be immediately a useless purchase. It did nothing for it.
And Koifa goes down as well.
Just casually behind tier 3s.
And the swap again. I mean, at this swap,
now Mickey!
And Mickey's
got to run! False Promise comes out. Mickey will be able to turn on to Miracle. GH trying to hold them back. The cogs are out. Will push back Mickey. They are healing him up. He is going to be fine. Will not pop the False Promise enough to keep him safe. GH, trapped in the Nature's Grasp, does die. Quick response there from Insania with the Fates heroes that they would buy it, regardless of the fact that Kuro is able to make such plays that just break the defensive aspect of the item. Well, this time they'll break him. Teep is into mid.
There is a cooldown on swap too, right? It has a pretty lengthy one, especially the early one.
No, they're very tanky.
Damage is definitely going to be tough for Liquid here. Like Crimson Guard plus that Graves, like we were mentioning. They're getting the setup here on Weehot.
Koifa, he's trying to go in with the Ghost. He's just burst. And that's the Exorcism. Oh, no, he's just summoned up his own Ghost. He dies straight away. GH is in under the tower. Set up there onto Insania. Goodbye. As Miracle blasts him in the face with the E-Blade. I mean, that
popped by Ethereal Blade combo and a Soul Assumption instantly and avoid the stun.
Yeah.
That's one thing that could help a bit, but he can't find any farm. He's actually just hit no creeps in the last minute that he's been walking around here.
And there we go. TP down bottom. They want to try and play out to Mickey. They're coming in. GH with a hook shot straight into the backside of Kuro. That won't do it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
As Miracle, he's turned into the PL in an attempt to keep chasing. It's a bit of a hard grab. Mickey with his own doppelganger looking for the micro dukes. And Miracle's going to turn over towards Boxy instead. E-Blade combo comes into play. Insania will be quick with the reaction to try and keep him safe, but Miracle is just forcing Insania to false promise himself. Mickey will be able to turn and take the Venge out. GH is also falling to the PL. Mickey doing a great job of getting on the backliners. Jump over from mind control. The auras come out with the Crimson buff. Over to Weehart they go, but a big sonic wave on the three of them knocks them back. Mickey with a double doppel is still alive, but they will find him amongst the illusions. They kill off the PL. Quite for nuked down by the E-Blade. Boxy cannot TP out in time as Miracle's in with the adaptive strike. Cancels the TP. There's a triple 26 minutes into the action. But Nigma's caused this Miracle swap. E-Blade, Eagle Song. Swap out. That's one of Liquid's cores gone. Boxy. They just don't have a leg to stand on these cores.
And they can't get farmed. And like the Boxy and Koifa are desperately trying to get farmed, but they just get quickly swapped out. And now
he's just straight into the back lines. We are sends the familiars forward. Tiger's trying to get the overgrowth off. Will manage to find it. They do manage to get the stun onto Miracle as well. Miracle shifting the wrong direction, but he still lives. They didn't have enough control to finish him. He turns E-Blade nuke onto Mickey. Mickey has to buy back. Over they go to Boxy. The false promise comes out just in time. Boxy, he's looking to push back Kuro. Kuro staying out of the range of the Ghost. Koifa trying to chase him. Kuro into the trees. Kuro, he's actually duped him out. Kuro's still alive here. Finally falls. They do manage to get the Aegis. Can they kill Miracle a second time? They surround him. He's already shifted heavily into strength. Jump forward from Miracle. From Mind Control. He's trying to push back the back lines. Give Miracle the space he needs to get out. Mickey's staying on top of Miracle as best as he can. Miracle still has a fair bit of mana. Goes for the self E-Blade. He's going to play defensively. Goes for the TP out. Weehar as well. TP's out. Nothing to cancel him as Weehar was able to knock down a familiar. Shifted entirely into strength. Far too tanky with the amount of stats that Miracle has to move around for him to be able to kill. And top GH even found himself a bit of solo action. And he goes with a hook shot onto Insania. Kuro from the high ground follows in with a magic missile. Insania cannot escape this one. Kuro, it looked like he swapped Mike. Try and slow things down, but as you can see with the right clicks Nigma's got to offer, Tower still taking a heavy beating through the kit.
Dire's structures are
Telescope
fortified.
plus Venge with the Morphling. Morph actually can just hit the tower easily from the low ground. He doesn't have to put himself in a risky position up there.
Oh, and GH is in. He's able to get the hook shot and the swap setup from into Kuro's play to get Kuiper out of position. Has to put the BKB. Miracle goes in, trying to nuke down Insania. Wasn't quite enough damage, so Insania will live. BKB out for Kuiper. They turn over towards GH. She's caught in the trees. They kill off the clock. Buyback from Insania as he finally forced the rocket play of GH. They step in over towards Miracle. He started to shift into strength. Silence will end. He's able to jump out. Kuro goes for a swap onto Boxy. Sonic Wave's there, but Insania was in time with the false promise, keeping Boxy alive for now at least. Turns with the stun onto Kuro. They'll take down the bench. Over they go towards Weehar as well. Boxy, he'll back up to full. Weehar being focused. He's falling low. Can they finish him off? The whole team of Liquid chasing him down, but Weehar, he's able to get the speed back up with the Grave Chill. Finally comes to an end. Mickey closes the gap. The Spirit Loves. The Diffusal Blade slow. They'll kill off Weehar as well. Fast, yeah. E-Blade, Butterfly, and a DD. Fully shifted into the Agi.
Yeah, just dies without any type of minus armor besides that bench. Now,
GH, he's also find an opportunity. He's in on a quite for the false promise. Does come out early as required. Swap there onto GH to keep him safe. Daggers are flying out. Sonic Wave pushing them back. The overgrowth is there as Mickey is in on the backlines trying to find Weehar, but he's losing the rest of his team. Both Kuiper and Insania, they're out of it. Dagger in onto Boxy, slowed down, shot down by Miracle with that adaptive strike as it's a triple kill for the Morph. Mickey will find GH. They have lost two, but Miracle, he's just cleaning up. This Morph is out of control. It's an ultra kill for him. The three heroes dead on Liquid are without buyback, so there should be an opportunity for Nigma to close up onto the high ground. They still have the Aegis, they still have the cheese, and it's only going to be out. Feeling too worried whatsoever though with that Aegis, cheese, and the backup that he does have. Mickey still playing out though. Onto Weehar he goes, trying to bully back the Visage, but Kuiper, he's got the backup of Insania. False Promise is available if they do jump in onto him. Mickey caught on the side though. Mickey this time getting shot back by GH with the Cogs separating from the rest of his team. Liquid, they're trying to get over towards the PL, but the Cogs, they're just pushing them back. Mickey is able to run around to the side. Now with the overgrowth, Tiger does hold them down. Boxy steps into the center of it all, but he just gets burst by Miracle. A waveform across. Boxy's life is lost. And now with the jump in from Mind Control, they can chase for even more. Dagger out to two of them. Insania will be able to purge it off himself. GH trying to get into catch someone with the Cogs, but he's being beat back by Mickey's illusions. Mickey steps forward once more. Silence onto the group with them.
Let him come out on these heroes. Like Boxy's still looking like very squishy with these items.
Mid. And he's there into the silence. So they can burst in the once, won't be the case. Kuro quick with the swap, the tower will fall. Another tier 3 taken as Nigma ready to go up to the high ground. Necro books out, the push coming in as they look to try and take down both of the racks here, and they're doing a good job of it. This melee rack's, it's gone. They'll get themselves half of it. Range racks as well, also nearly down. Miracle's going to come back in and finish that off very, very quickly as well with the stats he has. Mickey's got his item after the heart done. The Monkey King bar is there.
Okay, it just gets reclaimed as well just now. Weehar, they're looking to go on him.
They're charging in. Mickey is going for this Visage, but already that's just a death profit. Kuiper focused down by both GH and Miracle. He'll come in with the buyback. Tiger taken out. Miracle turns his attention over towards Boxy. Insania with a false promise will keep Boxy alive. Mickey's still trying to just clear through the front line of Nigma, pushing them back. Kuro swapping on Kuiper. It's got him right into the reaches of Miracle. He uses up post the BKB as well. Kuro will die for this one, but so will Kuiper. Waveform forward is to die back on the Death Prophet. Triple kill once again for Miracle as he's just bursting through the entire lineup of Liquid. They're being pushed back towards the fountain. Nothing being held back by Nigma as they go for force Liquid in to heal up and buy the space required to take down this bottom set of tier 3s and barracks. There's a full X on Mind Control. Boxy and Mickey, they're the last two left alive. Mind Control jumps in. The Hex reveal is there. Immediately disposes of Boxy. Hook shot across. Mickey will fall. He is without buyback. Did fully commit for that MKB as this one looks like it's coming to an end with Nigma cleaning up the base, cleaning up the heroes. Boxy will die yet again. GG is called, and Nigma take game 3, and with that the series is theirs 2-1.
Ooh. Those swaps, honestly, man. Kuroki